So I just finished reading the Iliad. No, it's over there. There it is. So I just finished reading the Iliad and by Homer. And I'm still thinking about Undertale. So I thought, let's talk about them, right? Let's kind of talk about these similarities that these two things have. Undertale and the Iliad, timeless tales of conflict and of choice. So from the ancient halls of Troy to the digital depths of the underground found in Undertale, storytelling has captivated humanity for, if you're looking at the span of those two works, a millennia. So today, what I thought would just be funny and scratches an itch in my brain of just like talking about the thing I just read and talking about the thing that's kind of still in my head. We're going to explore the similarities between Homer's epic, the Iliad, and the modern indie game phenomena that is Undertale. So, let's talk about, I guess, sort of like setting the stage of these two works and kind of where they're set and kind of what they use. So, both the Iliad and Undertale are set in richly detailed worlds on the brink of chaos. The Iliad's transporting us to the plains of Troy, where we've got gods and mortals continually clashing over the, 24 books it's split up into? Continually clashing in this like decade-long war. Undertale, meanwhile, takes us to this like subterranean realm filled with monsters which are, a post-war, but preparing for a new one, yearning for freedom and peace. So kind of just to like lay the land of where these are set. But you probably know, right? Anyway, let's talk about conflict and morality. So at their core, both of the narratives explore themes of conflict and morality. In the Iliad, Achilles, Hector, many of those heroes are facing minor dilemmas. They're facing, questions of honor. They are facing the consequences of rage and revenge. Similarly, in Undertale, players must choose between violent or pacifist paths, confronting the ethical ramifications of their actions, and I mean very much so when you get into like the third act and you get you flat out get that judgment from Sans. Let's talk about fate and free will. Both are kind of pivotal in both of the tales, right? So in the Iliad, the destiny of the heroes is often influenced by the gods, yet they exercise their free will within the constraints of the kind of game and will that the gods are playing. In Undertale, players are navigating a story that adapts to their choices, challenging them to reflect on the sense of control and responsibility, but again, existing within kind of the limitations that are set for you from the rules of the game, right? In the same way that the gods are kind of setting up the rules of engagement and play for, the mortals in the wars of the Iliad, the actual mechanics of the game in Undertale give you kind of like a structure that you have to kind of exist into. Is this forced? Let's sort of talk about some of the characters. Start thinking about like the development of those characters, the relationships. Both things which drive the story forward in each of them, right? In the Iliad, it's delving deeply into friendships, rivalries, bonds of family, or the lack of, particularly highlighting the profound connections between Achilles and Patroclus, right? Undertale similarly emphasizes the importance of relationships as players can build connections, or again choose not to, with characters like Toriel, Sans, Papyrus. I don't think I'm making a great connection here. The other ones were stronger, which is kind of riffing. What else we got? We can kind of think about storytelling and legacy. right? They've both showcased an enduring power of storytelling. Right, I know Undertale's like 10 years or whatever, and there is a difference in lifespan and age here. But, you know, Homer's epic has survived thousands of years. It's been continually inspiring new generations with its universal themes and complex characters. And although that the writing style is very sort of straight to the point, it does leave a lot in it for kind of like romanticism and I don't know. Undertale though, although it's like this real like contemporary creation, like is it like 8 years old or something at the time of recording? It's already left a really lasting impression and impact on gaming, on popular culture, which in the like you know how transient and replaceable and fast paced things are now, I think that does kind of like prove some sort of you know in both instances of both the works, it proves some sort of like obvious sort of statement on great storytelling transcending both time and medium. So in the end, was this forced? In the end, did I achieve anything? I think we can definitely say in the end the Iliad and Undertale remind us that whether through the lens of ancient epics or modern games, stories of conflict, choice, humanity remain ever relevant, and they always will as kind of like this core idea of like the human condition. And these timeless tales challenge us to reflect on our own lives, our own choices, and ultimately our own legacies and how we choose to interact. This was a weird one. I think expect more weird ones.